Is he in danger, do you think?
I think it's beginning to, if not quite get to that point yet, where we're in between. I mean, that essentially the results are forcing a look at the situation. And results come from, I think, some strange decisions over the last 3 weeks. I think the United game was an encapsulation of that, and the way he responded to going behind the Sanchez red card, the Palmer situation. And those decisions, I think, are coming from... Suddenly there's a lot of noise and a lot of chatter in the game about that things haven't been quite right at Chelsea, that I think players have been surprised by some decisions, that there has been a little bit more of a disconnect between Maresca and the hierarchy. And people might notice even the way he's wearing different clothes. There's been, like, sometimes he goes with the sports gear, sometimes with sharply dressed. That this is, a manifestation of, a consciousness he's had about that, a new pressure that's coming at him. And yeah, look, for all I'm talking about that sort of thing, you can't escape results which come from the fact that something is not right in that team. And yeah, it's really escalating.
Jamie Carragher's column yesterday in the Telegraph was really interesting. It's like essentially the question was, what are Chelsea?
Yeah.
What are Chelsea now?
No, it was a great column.
Because they've spent, is it 2 billion is it close to 1.5 billion, 2 billion since they've bought the club, Todd Bowley's group. And with that level of investment, you should be thinking, well, when you're making the market for the start of the season, will Chelsea be either first or second favourites? And we're looking at Chelsea like there's some sort of long-term project. So what are they?
It's a never-ending project.
Maresca, 2 defeats in a row now. Because of the history that Chelsea have with their managers, is he, and we've already asked this question about Amorim, but is he under pressure, Maresca?
Look, I think you know the rules when you go into Chelsea as manager. You know that even if you are to lose 2 games, you're going to be under huge pressure because of the structure that's set up and the expectation and everything else. I doubt whether he's in full control of who comes in, who goes out, the length of contracts and all of those things. But you know the rules when you go into Chelsea. You lose, you might lose your job.
It shouldn't be under pressure at all. I mean, the last 2 games, 10 men, hasn't it been? He's won a Club World Cup, you know what I mean? He won Europa Conference League. He's got to win it, finish in the Champions League positions. I don't think he should.
Because of the history that Chelsea have with their managers, is he, and we've already asked this question about Amorim, but is he under pressure, Maresca?
Look, I think you know the rules when you go into Chelsea as manager. You know that even if you are to lose 2 games, you're going to be under huge pressure because of the structure that's set up and the expectation and everything else. I doubt whether he's in full control of who comes in, who goes out, the length of contracts and all of those things. But you know the rules when you go into Chelsea. You lose, you might lose your job.
It shouldn't be under pressure at all. I mean, the last 2 games...
Changed the game, and it's the second time in a couple of weeks that this has happened to Chelsea, having done it against Manchester United early on last week.
Yeah, they got punished last week, and they've certainly been punished this week because the game completely changed on 53 minutes. They eventually got to the right decision. A sloppy touch there from Santos. Chalobah on Gomez makes the challenge, and it's clumsy. And they eventually got to the right decision because there's no doubt that he's gone through, and that is a foul. I thought the referee was poor in this game today. He didn't get that, and he also didn't get the challenge on Gusto on Minter, which was a clear high kick as well and should have been a penalty. But that's the stats before the red card. You can see there everything's changed, and credit to Brighton for seizing on that and getting the 3 points that they probably deserved in the end.
Because that's the point, as well as Chelsea were doing, and then they go down to 10 men. Brighton still had to break them down, Micah. How did they do it? Yeah,
I mean, Danny Welbeck, the experience, is a leader. He's also a friend of mine as well, so he won't mind me giving him a little bit of credit tonight. But he's got a really good attitude, and that's what I like about him a lot. He doesn't moan, he doesn't sulk, and when he comes on, he tries to make a difference. Gets a little bit unlucky on that one, but it's his movement as well. I remember playing against him on when he was playing left wing, and I always think he didn't really have all the attributes for that, but he was always going to be a striker, and he's had a terrific career, and boy, today did he make an impact. Really, really good performance from him, and that's what they needed from the bench. He came on the 67th minute and made the impact of the celebration too, so I was delighted for him.
So Danny Welbeck gets the decisive goals in that game. Enzo Maresca, 2 defeats in a row now.
Enzo Maresca is making it crystal clear at Chelsea, this is his team, and it will be built his way. From the very first press conference, the Italian has spoken about discipline, identity, and structure. He's not here to copy anyone else's blueprint, he wants to stamp his own mark on Stamford Bridge. Maresca has emphasized that Chelsea must rediscover their footballing DNA. His demanding control in possession, intensity without the ball, and players who buy into his philosophy completely. No passengers. No excuses. The coach has also drawn a line on mentality. Maresca insists that Chelsea players must fight for the shirt, show character in tough moments, and prove that wearing blue is about more than just talent. He wants warriors on the pitch, not just stars. What's interesting is how he balances confidence with humility. Maresca respects Chelsea's history, but he's not afraid to shake things up. He's been clear, the fans deserve a team that plays with passion, intelligence, and consistency. And when asked about pressure, he doesn't shy away. He embraces it. Maresca says pressure is part of being Chelsea's coach, and he's ready to take full responsibility for the project, whether it succeeds or fails. One thing's for sure, Enzo Maresca has laid down the law. It's either you buy into his vision or you'll be left behind. The question now is, will Chelsea's stars rise to the challenge?